All right. I think I got it together now. So, hey, you guys, this is Sharika Matthews of Live Life Beyond Barriers. I hope you guys are having a fantastic Monday today. Today was really another one of those really peaceful, really good days today. So I hope you guys have had just a productive day, and your start of your work week was actually a very positive, a very productive, and a very prosperous start to your work week. Today, I wanted to come to you and just continue the discussion on your vision, on your plans, on your vision for your life, and how to really bring that forth. You know, there's a lot of us out here talking about, I want an abundance of time, an abundance of wealth, an abundance of love, an abundance of all these things. And we talk about, working for it and manifesting it. But what does it really mean to say that I want to be abundant, and how do you really obtain it? We don't always talk about the how to do things. And you guys know that my background is in engineering, so I'm always looking at the how. How do I do things? What are the steps to bring forth these things? So if you are wanting to have certain things in your life, you have to start off with creating a vision. What is the vision for the life that you want? Do you want to have a marriage? Do you want to be married by 2018? Got that from a group that I'm in here. Do you want to become a business owner by 2017? Do you want to advance and be promoted to be the VP of a Fortune 500 company by 2020? What is the vision that you have for your life? And make it plain. You know, the Bible tells us to write the vision and make it plain. Make it so plain that no matter who reads your vision or whom you tell your vision to, they can easily understand it. Because if someone else can understand what your vision is, then you are able to understand, and it is very clear. We don't want to go through life with these blurry visions and misguided visions. You want something that is clear as day, so you know exactly what you're moving towards. And then you want to create the plan to obtain that vision. We talked about that a couple of days ago. You have to have a plan to get you from where you are today to where you want to be tomorrow. Hey, Katina, thank you for joining me. You have to have that plan, because if you don't have a plan, if you just have a vision, say, oh, I want to be married, or I want to be an entrepreneur, or I want to be a multimillionaire, and you have no plan on how to obtain that, how to get that, guess what? It's just a dream. And the chances of you actually obtaining that thing that you have this vision for, even if it's a God vision, you're going to have a very difficult time of actually obtaining that vision and living in that vision. Because God, He does have plans for you, but He also wants you to take action. He wants you to be involved in that. So when you're creating your plan, you don't want to just create your plan in this vacuum. You want to actually include God in those plans, so you'll know exactly what God has for you. And so today and yesterday we talked about counting the cost. Counting the cost. Hey Mitchell, how are you? You want to count the cost of actually implementing your plan, working towards your vision, because anything that you work towards, especially when you're elevating from where you are today to where you want to be tomorrow, there is a cost. Who goes out and builds a tower? Who goes out and builds a house without first making sure that you have all the money, all the time, and all the resources that you need? So what is the cost that it's going to cost you and your family and your loved ones? Because your vision, your purpose, your plan is not just about you. It's going to involve your spouse, your children, your family members, your co-workers, your friends. It touches everybody in your life. So you definitely want to make sure that you are adequately counting the cost, so you can be mentally and spiritually prepared for what you're about to encounter. And so the next thing I want to talk to you about is committing your work to God. The Bible tells us, commit your work to the Lord and your plans will be established. And that's out of the book of Proverbs. So when you want to really obtain this abundance that you want in your purpose, this abundance of love, this abundance of money, this abundance of opportunities, you have to commit those plans, commit that vision, commit your actions to God. We talked about this a couple of weeks ago. What is the purpose of your life? Your overall purpose for all of us is to do good works. But each of us as individual has a purpose that was created specifically for us, and that is our contribution to the world. That is our contribution to society. And so we may have these big visions and these big plans for our lives. We want to go out here and start nonprofits. We want to go out here and start businesses and give back to community, but we don't take the time and say, you know what, I understand that my work is not just about me in the physical, it's also about you in the spiritual as well. It is about incorporating your spirit man, incorporating God into that plan and say, you know what, God, I understand that I have a vision. I understand that there's a plan for my life. I understand that I have to do the work and count the cost, but I'm also going to make sure that I'm committing everything that I do to you and committing everything that I do to the bigger picture that's for our world and for our society. So you want to make sure that you commit your works to the Lord. And I actually looked up the word commit. You know, I love dictionaries. I still have a Webster dictionary over here on the bookshelf that I still use today. Dictionaries never go out of style. So I looked up the word commit, and it means to give in trust or charge. So that's exactly what you're doing. When you commit your works to God, you are turning your trust over to God. You are turning over the charge, the responsibility to God. So that your plans will be established, so that they will succeed, so you can actually obtain the abundance that you're really looking for. And there's this verse that I found. I didn't write it down here today, but it says this: and yet the reason you don't have what you want is that you don't ask God for it. And even when you do ask, you don't get it because your whole aim is wrong. You only want what will give you pleasure. And that last part is something that I really want you guys to focus on. It says, and even when you do ask, you don't get it because your whole aim is wrong. You want only what will give you pleasure. And this is what I was referring to when I say commit your work to God. When you commit your work to God, it's not just about you. It's about your impact on the world. It's about your impact on society. It's about your impact on those around you. A lot of times when we are seeking to be married, let's take that for example. You want to be married. You want to have a family. Why? Most of us are wanting to have families and husbands and wives and children for our own personal pleasure. We want to wake up every morning next to a warm body in bed. We want to cook dinner with somebody. We want to engage in sexual activity and all that good stuff. But it's for our personal pleasure. But there is a bigger purpose for being married. And are you aware of that? And when you are asking for that family, asking for that husband, asking for that wife, are you really asking for yourself, or are you asking from a place of understanding that there is a bigger purpose in your marriage? There's a bigger purpose in raising children. There's a bigger purpose in your existence. Hey, Shalina, thank you. In the same way, when you're asking for money and you're asking for businesses and you're asking for success, there is a bigger reason for that. You know, I was listening to I forgot what I was listening to. That's something about money, manifesting money and everything. Hey, Kanisha, thanks for joining me. And the person who was speaking was saying to the audience, how much money do you want to earn this year? How much money do you want? Somebody said, oh, I want to earn $90,000 a month. I want to earn, $100,000 a month. And that's all fine. But I don't care how many plans you have or how big your vision is. If you don't commit it to God, if you don't actually understand that having $90,000 per month is great, but you'll never get it if you're only looking to use it for yourself. If you're not actually using that money to better the world, if you're not actually using that money for something outside yourself. And that's why it says, and even when you do ask for what you want, you don't get it because your whole aim is wrong. You only want what will give you pleasure. So yes, God wants us to have good things. He wants us to have pleasure, but not just pleasure. Again, your vision, your plans, everything that you do is not only about you, and it's not only about what gives you pleasure. All of your blessings are for I always like to say, improving the lives of other people. Thank you for all the hearts and the likes. It's about improving the lives of other people as well. So if you want to be rich, you want to have love, you want to have success, you want to get promoted in life, that's all great. But remember, to whom much is given, much is required. So when you obtain that promotion, you obtain that love, you obtain that success, there is some work that's required of you. You have to give back. You have to make sure that you use all the things that's been blessed to you to help improve the lives of others. And then the last thing I want to talk to you about is being diligent. Out of Proverbs 21, it says, the plans of the diligent lead surely to abundance, but everyone who is hasty comes only to poverty. Now, this is really, really something, especially when I'm talking to people in their 30s, 40s, and 50s. And a lot of us, we, again, want the marriage. We want the businesses. We want the success. We want the abundance of money. But you have to be diligent. Let me tell you, life ain't for punks. Faith ain't for punks. Having your own business ain't for punks. Being married ain't for punks. You gotta be diligent. You got to be strong. You gotta be steadfast in it, because guess what? It ain't gonna come easy. The Bible tells you that your faith is going to be tested. You're going to be go through hard times and stuff. But the purpose of that is to build up your faith. Is to prepare you to not only obtain what it is that you want, but to maintain what it is that you want as well. And there's this one verse that I found, and have you ever read something and you didn't really want to read it? You're just like, really, God? I don't like that answer you gave me. So there's this verse I'm gonna read to you guys, and man, it took me a minute to really accept this, because when you talk about the things that you want and your vision, your plan for your life, you want it now, right? You're thinking, I do about 3 months of work or 6 months of work, and all of my hard work is going to pay off here in the next 12 months or something like that. Well, let me tell you what God says about it. He says, but these things I plan won't happen right away. Slowly, steadily, surely, the time approaches when the vision will be fulfilled. If it seems slow, do not despair, for these things will surely come to pass. Just be patient. They will not be overdue a single day. And that's out of Habakkuk 2:3. Yeah, I didn't like that verse when I read it, and I still don't like it now, because the Bible is telling you that even though I gave you a vision, even though I gave you a plan, even though I gave you a path to walk, it ain't going to come overnight. It is not going to be easy. But it will come if you stay diligent, if you stay the course, if you don't give up. You gotta stay the course. And the second part of this says, if it seems slow, do not despair. We do that a lot, right? We get worried about, I'll never get married, or I'll never earn the 6-figure income that I want, or I'll never do whatever it is you really desire for your life. We get discouraged, we get worried, we get sad when we are constantly faced with setbacks, we're constantly faced with challenges, when we think that something is supposed to happen and doesn't happen. And I talk about relationships a lot because that's my specialty. And so you have people approach the age of 40. Heck, I'm approaching 40. I'm not married, but I see a lot of people are getting to the age of 40, like, oh my gosh, I'll never get married. No, if God has put it on your heart that you will have the marriage, you will have the love, you will have the success, He's going to give it to you. But these things will not happen overnight. But it's your responsibility to stay diligent. It is your responsibility to stay persistent and consistent in believing. Stay persistent and consistent in doing the work that you know it's going to take for you to get there. So don't forget that in your pursuit of all things abundant, in pursuit of all things prosperous, and in pursuit of all things about love and business and success, you got to stay diligent. You got to remember that everything that you're pursuing is bigger than you. It's not just about you. It's about how you impact the world when you live in your purpose, when you're walking in your vision, and when you are moving along that path that God has for you. So yes, thanks, Kanisha. Actually, I was gonna do another video about that verse tomorrow. Be hopeful. What does it say? Be hopeful, be patient in affliction, and faithful in prayer. That is so true. It's another one of those verses that reminds you that you cannot lose hope. Because again, life ain't for punks. Your pursuit of more is not for punks. You gotta be strong. And that's why it's really important for you to stay spiritually aligned in everything that you do. Because if you are looking at your physical circumstances, your present circumstances, guess what? You're going to lose hope. You're going to get discouraged. You're going to be fearful because you're only looking at the things in the physical. But when you are spiritually aligned and you remind yourself of the spiritual promises that you have, you remind yourself of the spiritual power that you have. You have power within you, I'm telling you guys. But you got to stay consistent in that power. You got to tap into that power, and you have to make sure that you're spiritually aligned with that power, with God, so that you can have the hope, so that you can continue to be patient when you're facing struggles, when you're facing setbacks, because there is a purpose in every single thing. God is not a God of disorder. God is not a God of confusion. God is not a God of just happenstance. Everything that he allows to happen in your life is for your good. I don't care how ugly, I don't care how painful, I don't care how many tears that you cry today. It's all to make you stronger. It's all to perfect you. Because again, God not only wants you to obtain the promises that he has for you, he wants you to be able to sustain it as well. Because there is no point in God giving you $1 million today and you don't have the patience, you don't have the discipline to maintain that $1 million. So just remember that. Continue to be hopeful, continue to be patient, continue to be diligent, and remember that everything that's for you is going to be brought to your physical right now. But you got to stay diligent. You have to remember that it's not all just about you. All right, you guys, I hope that this particular message was very encouraging for you. I want to encourage you as well to share this with others. You know, I get on here on Facebook Live. I'm trying to do it on a regular basis here. It's, you know, every time I learn something, right, something else is revealed to me, I want to get on here and share it with you to help enhance your life, to help you get to where you really want to be. And that's my invitation to you right now. If you're a woman right now, professional woman who is ready to take your life to the next level, to really walk in your abundance, to walk in your vision, to actually execute your plan, and you're just kind of tired of having these unhappy relationships, unhappy in your job, unhappy with where you are right now, then I'm ready to work with you. Because guess what? You are created to be more. You were created to do more. You were not created to live a mediocre life. That is not the life that God has for you. So if you're ready to actually elevate your life, then I want you to send me a message here on Facebook or just leave a comment below and I'll contact you. And I want to invite you to see if we could work together in a coaching relationship or in a mentor relationship, because this is what I do. My purpose here is to help women just like you to really walk in your purpose and to find that happiness, find that fulfillment, and find that success in your relationships, in your business, and just in your life. Because guess what? I'm tired of seeing people living defeated lives. We were not created to live a defeated life. And I don't want that for you. And I sure don't have it for me. I do not live a defeated life. So if this is you, send me a message here on Facebook or leave a comment below. And even if you're a guy, my specialty is women because I am a woman. But even if you are a man and you are ready to elevate your life, send me a message as well. So, yes, thank you, Lance. Thank you. I'm always wanting to encourage and help elevate your life. So, and I'm also going to ask you something else as well. If there is a particular question that you have or a particular concern that you have that you would like to see me address here on Facebook in a 10 or 15 minute video, send me that comment as well. Leave a comment here on this video or send me a message here on Facebook.